Hey everyone, it's Queen of Light 1111 here with a very special reading. It is holiday weekend or holiday week here in the United States. It's Thanksgiving week, and so we celebrate Thanksgiving this Thursday. So, what I wanted to do was I wanted to do a check in for you guys for the week, okay? So, this is the energies for our collective for November 25th through the 30th, okay? And so what I've done here is I've looked at what the energies are for our masculine and for our feminine and their head, heart, and environment. I also have the theme and I have blessings today, okay? Then after we get through those, we have the current connective energies. And then I pulled some future energies just for the first time. I haven't done it in a long time for like what's going to happen on the 30th, okay? And so a lot of things can change. There's a lot of movement, a lot of action that almost appears to be taking place, and it's very interesting. I haven't channeled this yet, so I'm going to be channeling this real time, so you'll get the messages as I am hearing them real time here, okay? So, as a reminder, I'm doing this, my newer service, which is the Twin Flame Blocks reading and healing session. That is the only session, the only reading that you need to send me a picture of you and your twin first before booking. And before you even send me a picture, go to my website, look at the description, look at everything there. And then if you are serious about doing it, then send me the picture. I will look at the picture and decide then if I want to, if I'm guided to rather, to do the healing session and the reading for you. Okay, so I will either within 24 hours of getting your message either approve and agree to work with you, or I will say that I can't because it's not an energetic match or there's something going on in the connection that I am not guided to get involved in. So that is the only reading, the only healing session that you must send me a picture before booking. But please go to my website first, queenoflight1111.com, and read the description and check everything out before you even send me a picture. It's been going really well. That particular service is just so many people, have reached out to me, and I've had to say no to several, but I have been able to help many, which I love, and it has made such a significant impact to a lot of the people that I've met and that I have done this particular work with, and it has been so fulfilling for me, and happy to hear that once we clear the energies and we understand what the blocks are in the connection between you and your twin and within you personally and your twin, that things can then start to shift and change. So again, check that out, and if you're interested in booking, send me the picture first, and then once I agree, then you can go ahead and book the session. Any other reading or service, remember I do the Akashic Records. So what is your contract about? Like, what are you guys here to do? Are you here for union? Are you here for mission? What are you guys here to do? What are you here for? What is the lesson? That's the Akashic Records reading. That's a higher self reading. So check that out on my website. That's next to my healing work that I do. That is really, really popular and loved service. And then obviously my Twin Flame extended reading, where we look at your personal connection with you and your twin, and we pull the energies of what's happening between how you're feeling, how they're feeling, what's happening in the connection. Then we look at the blocks, and then we talk through the blocks, and then we look at the future energies. That's the Twin Flame extended reading. So if you're interested in any of those services, then please go ahead and go to my website, queenoflight1111.com, and book your reading there. I want to thank everybody so much from the bottom of my heart for trusting me with your journey, for booking readings with me, booking healing sessions, for following me here, for watching faithfully, for following me on my Instagram. I thank you all so much. My Instagram's QueenOfLight1111. So if you're not following me there, please do so. But I'm so grateful for the energy that you guys give back to me in the form of your likes and comments and messages and in the sessions that you book with me. I'm so extremely grateful. And also, of course, for the donations that you guys send. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let me just have a drink because this is a long reading. Okay, so sorry. I'm like parched already. All right, so we are going to get started with the blessings and the energy for the masculine and the feminine. Very, very interesting energy today. So for our masculine, we have, I'm going to go over his theme first, and then we'll go over his blessing. His theme is very interesting, the theme for the reading. We have not received this card. In fact, I've never pulled this card before. It's this card, if you see it here, this is a person who's like got like threads. If you see, there's threads, there's like a sewing machine, there's all the colors of the rainbow, which signify union, and all the threads coming in together, and like how to like twine them, intertwine them, and make this come together for this, right? So what I'm really getting is that the masculine has been during this, because it's clarified by the Five of Swords, which is about loss and defeat and conflict within the connection. So during this time of loss and defeat in the connection, there's been a lot going on with this masculine. Okay, he's taking his needle, he's looking at his pattern. Okay, he's probably looking at his own pattern. He's looking at, maybe the things he's contributed, what's happened, and he's weaving these things all together. He's weaving all of these experiences together. And so he's gathering all the different elements, the different ideas, the nuances, all of it, all of the dynamics within the connection. And he's just like really weaving through it, trying to understand, okay, how they can ultimately work together. Each experience he's realized through this loss of his feminine, that every experience that he had with her is really had served a purpose for him. It serves a purpose. And now he's trying to figure out how to blend all of those strands into unity, into union, okay? And he's learned this from this defeat, from this walking away of the feminine. The feminine's energy here, it's interesting. Here's that message card. So she's kind of in this like energy of, I've sent this message, and it, there's remember the last time I did this reading, I think she was in this period of, I've sent a message, and now what happens? Now what's going to happen? And so here we have again, there's a message, okay? And it's clarified by the Knight of Swords. And I was like, the King of Swords. So I was like, oh my gosh, is he going to send a message back now? Like a message, like, because remember last week he had it, this week she has it. And so I wonder, especially we're in the holidays now, I wonder if like then he's going to come back with a message, because I will tell you, he's got a ton of cards around communication, of action around communication. So I'm wondering if, there is some sort of message that's going to come back. So what's happening with the connection? This is a card about secrecy, about knowledge, about someone's got the key to information, okay? So when this card comes out, this is all about, confidentiality. This is what's happening in the connection. They're not in communication. So there is this energy of like, I don't know, what's the secret? What's the confidentiality? Someone has the key, right, to all of this knowledge, to all of this information, and it's come out, this card with the Knight of Swords. So I feel like this week some stuff's coming out. Something's coming out, okay? So there's definitely some energy of communication and illumination. So I said, all right, what's the blessing? And by the way, the bottom of the deck is the Devil for this, for the tarot for this. And this is about ego and being stuck. And they have been stuck in this energy, in the shadow of their connection through this loss. But look at all the swords energy: Five of Swords, Knight of Swords, King of Swords, right? He's learning through the loss. She's like sent a message or thinks she may receive something back from the King of Swords, all right? Interesting thing is, though, he does not come up as the King of Swords in his side. I feel like he's definitely in thought, but that's how she is perceiving him today. Maybe she's seeing him as cold and detached, and and she's probably like, I'm glad I sent the message that way. I don't know. We'll get through it because I'm going to channel this real time. And then here, the last sword in this lineup, right? This is the devil's energy. This is action coming forward, communication. Things are going to be illuminated. All of these secrets, all this data, this information that has been locked up and hidden is all going to come to light the week of the 25th through the 30th. So the bottom of the deck, this devil card, I feel like they're coming out of it. They're going to come out of it. Things are going to be illuminated. So interestingly enough, the blessing for the masculine is a blessing of peace after battle. This is a number 46, which is a 10, this is a completion of this battle. This Five of Swords is all about a battle, right? People have walked away from each other. Nobody is the victor here. Nobody won. She didn't win. He didn't win. They both lost. And so now there is this peace after the battle, okay? This is his blessing, that maybe the communication here is of healing, of like, maybe she thought that he was holding something back and he's going to come in and illuminate things for her. That's really what I'm getting, that he's coming in as the King of Swords, because that's how he's come out here, as the king in her heart space. And so I really feel like there's going to be peace during this time, during this week. So let me know. For her, she's got the blessing of creativity. This is about bringing new things to life. Look at these cranes are about rebirth, about regeneration. This is about, birthing things. This is a beautiful card. This is really about, her coming into her energy of creation and inspiration, and feeling that she is able to create after a period of time where she just probably felt stuck. Okay, she's finally feeling her blessing here is that she can bring to birth the dreams that were within her. Okay, this is a blessing to charge up her gifts as well. So I feel like, maybe through this communication that's had, all of a sudden she's like, wow, everything that I wanted, that I was wishing for, is now getting its life's breath. And interestingly enough, the energy for the connection is on a journey. I mean, this could be a literal journey, like a literal travel, but I feel like this is very much like the Fool's energy. It's a number 22, which is a number 4, which is about stabilization. It's a master number. 22, about partnerships. It's a very strong number. So I feel like things get unlocked, the communication happens, and now we can start this journey from a place of peace and a place of birthing something. All right. So bottom of the deck, head, heart, and environment for the Psychic Tarot, for the energy oracle deck for the masculine and feminine is emotional loss, and 5th chakra Archangel Gabriel. This is about peace. This is about communication and expression, but all about healing expression. So there's definitely something going on here around how they have felt about how they lost each other, how there's sadness around it, how there's grief around it, and there's communication here. The throat chakra is highlighted, if you can see. So there's definitely, I don't know, guys, let me know if you guys get communication from this masculine after this 3-week lull that you guys have had. Bottom of the deck, head, heart, and environment for our divine masculine is the 5 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. Okay, so he's very much operating from a place of lack, from feeling left out in the cold, from feeling abandoned or rejected. And he's definitely at this crossroads in this reading this week about what he wants to do. Okay, the bottom of the deck for our feminine is, look at this, Justice and 6 of Wands. I feel like, she's going to balance things out within herself, and she's going to feel very successful. But justice comes out in her environment too. And so I wonder if an apology is coming. Okay, I don't know, because this is like a weekly, this week's reading. But that's certainly the energy that I'm pulling today as I'm doing this reading for this collective. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Headspace for the divine masculine. Okay, headspace. Look at this, guys. Throat chakra, rest and rejuvenation. So here is another indication of speaking. This is, I'm speaking what I want. He has been in a period of rest and rejuvenation. This card typically comes out, right, in the traditional tarot. This is the Four of Swords. It's like the Three of Swords. There's been heartbreak. There's been loss. Okay, that's that Five of Swords energy. So through that heartbreak and loss, he's healing himself. Look at all the blue around him. Look at all the blue around him. And he's in the throat chakra in his headspace. So he's definitely thinking about how through this healing time, he's been thinking about how he wants to communicate with his divine feminine. So let's drill down further into his headspace now. Okay, so first card, Nine of Wands, right? This is the card of being wounded, but not giving up. So in his head, remember, he's got rest and rejuvenation as the energy oracle. So he's trying to heal these wounds from this journey. I said, what's this wound about? Three of Pentacles, through this lesson he's been learning. I said, what is the lesson? Death. The lesson is he needs to transform. This lesson is that things have ended because of certain patterns, certain behaviors, right? That he is learning the lesson through. And so he's not giving up. He's going to persevere. He's going to continue this movement, okay? Not giving up on the journey, but he's learning lessons through these wounds. And the lesson is that things need to change. Things need to end for new things to begin. I said, give me more. What else is happening? Knight of Swords. Here we go. This is throat chakra, and now we got the action of speaking the truth. Remember, Knight of Swords came here in the connection, right? Clarifying the connection. He wants to speak his truth. I said, okay, what's the Knight of Swords about? Page of Swords. So there's a little bit of a delay in what he wants to speak. I said, well, what's this Page of Swords delay? Seven of Wands. So he is a little guarded. He is feeling a little defensive. So it shows me already that his headspace, he still needs to heal a little bit more. And then we get death again. Now death 2 times. I said, all right, what's this death about? King of Pentacles. This is about he needs to become more stable. He knows that. He needs to transform into the stable King of Pentacles for what? For Six of Cups, for union. All right? That's the only way he could then, Six of Swords, another card of coming out of the Five of Swords energy. Six of Swords clarified by Knight of Swords. Again, look at all this action. Knight of Swords here. Knight of Swords again. Six of Swords here. Throat chakra. I'm telling you, in his headspace, this is exactly where he should be. He should be thinking about how to become stabilized, how to get out of this Five of Swords energy and move forward with the truth, but understanding 2 death cards that he must transform into someone who is stable and in their power for union. That's what's happening. I'm like, wow. So now in her headspace, in the divine feminine's headspace, we have mental conflict and yin and yang. Look at all these two. Crazy, right? Two. This is 2s are about decision making. 2s are about partnership. So this is the Two of Swords energy. She's in her head. She's like, oh my God, what's going to happen with this union? This is the union card in this deck, the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine. She's in mental conflict about her masculine, okay? So let's drill down further into her headspace. I've had to get more clarifiers for the feminine these days than I've had to get for our masculine, which is crazy to me. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the feminine. So she's in mental conflict about her union with her masculine. And here we go. First card out, Five of Wands. She has conflict inside and outside. What about? About what to manifest, okay? What about this Three of Wands? Ace of Cups. She really, 2 things here. She's really in this crossroads about with her mental conflict about should she just manifest, continue to manifest this self-love, this movement away from the masculine, or should she, I feel like she's kind of like still in this crossroads, or should she, try to continue to manifest this union if possible, right? And then I said, all right, give me more. Six of Swords, just like his Six of Swords. I said, what does she want to transition to? Eight of Cups. So this is where the conflict is. Do I want to manifest this big love, or do I want to move towards walking away? So what is she walking away from? Page of Pentacles, from any offers, okay? So here we go again, Two of Wands. Again, she's got a lot of twos in her headspace. She's, again, crossroads. Big love with masculine, walk away from masculine. And then here we go at the crossroads. I said, what's the crossroads about? King of Cups, her masculine, okay? This is her masculine in his heart space. Should I walk towards him or away from him? I said, what about the King of Cups? Five of Swords, right? She's like, this is constant battle with him. She's constantly feeling defeated in this connection, defeated by him. And so that's why she's like, manifest the big love or go away or move away from him. And then here it is, Two of Wands, King of Cups, Five of Swords. You know, should I continue to feel defeated? So then what do we get? Knight of Wands. She just wants to rush forward. And I said, what is the Knight of Wands about? To her, clarity. She just wants to gain clarity. She just wants to have a breakthrough from this indecision. And I said, what's the Ace of Swords about? The wheel. She just wants the wheel to turn. She wants to go towards her destiny. And at this point, I feel like she's not quite sure if her destiny is her masculine or if her destiny is walking away. And I got to tell you, your destiny is you. Your personal destiny is you. So if you're the feminine in this headspace, choosing you is the best decision you can make. And let the universe handle all this cluster of a headache of what's happening and not happening, okay? He's sitting here in his, like, he's getting ready to talk. He's getting ready to talk. And she's like, I don't know if I should stay here and manifest this big love or if I should walk away. And this is her conundrum. And so what does she want to do? She just wants to run away. She wants to run towards a breakthrough and move the wheel again. I get it. I get it. So in the heart space for the masculine, look at this. Transformation, indecision, death. Death of indecision. He's done. He's here trying to figure out how to come forward. He's done. This was in his environment in a different format last time I did the reading. He remember, I think in the last reading I did, he was like, the death was that he was the Two of Wands. It was like the end of his indecision. And then he wanted to do what? He wanted to move towards his Empress. So here now it's in his heart space. I'm done with my indecision. I said, all right then. So what is happening further in his heart space? I feel like the masculine's had a breakthrough, if I'm being really honest. I really feel like he's had the breakthrough. So in his heart, the end of indecision. Look at this. Then we get the World card. This is a completion. A completion of what? Eight of Pentacles. He's finished his work around his indecision. He's not indecisive. I said, okay, fine. He's done. Now what does he want? Two of Cups. Now he knows he wants Two of Cups. I said, okay, fine. Then he has Ace of Swords. I said, okay, so he has completion, that he's done the work. He's done with this indecision. He wants the Two of Cups with his feminine. He's had a breakthrough. He has his clarity. What's the clarity? 10 of Cups. Again, his clarity is he wants a life, a family, a home. He wants to build something with his feminine. Magician. He knows he wants to manifest. So what about the Magician? Seven of Pentacles. This is where he gets stuck again, right? Or pauses rather. Okay, he's not stuck. This is where he pauses. He's trying to figure out how to invest in the connection. I said, well, what about this investment and this pause? Knight of Cups. How to take action and move forward in love to give his cup to the masculine. Look at all of this heart. He's done being indecisive. He's done his work. He wants to come forward. Two of Cups, 10 of Cups, Knight of Cups. In the heart space for the masculine. And then what? The Fool. He wants to move forward in love. He's trying to figure it out because he wants this new beginning. Three of Cups. And I was like, uh-oh. This is really about celebrations. This is about coming together. The Fool and Three of Cups. I said, well, let's make sure it's not a third party. So what is this Three of Cups? The Lovers, right? Sometimes the Lovers is choices between people, right? But most always it's divine connections. I said, okay, he wants to come together with his divine partner. But again, tell me, is this something else? What's the Lovers about? King of Cups. Remember, King of Cups just came here in her headspace. That's her masculine. And here he is in his heart space, done with the indecision, wanting the Two of Cups, wanting the 10 of Cups, deciding how to come together, to celebrate, to choose this connection and have a new beginning. I mean, look at the emotion in his heart and look at the thoughts in his head. Swords are in his head, cups are in his heart. He is aligned. He is putting these threads together, all of these threads together for ending this peace. I mean, ending this battle, gaining peace and union. Oh my God, I'm channeling this real time. I'm like literally real time tripping out. So now in her heart space, look at this. Hope. This is the star card, which is about healing. She's finally healed this deceit energy that has been in her heart. And I know this why. I'm going to spoiler alert it now because she comes out as the Queen of Cups in her heart space again. She's finally healed this week. This deceit. The light has shone. The healing has occurred. She has hope after this. I love it. I love it. I love it. If you can get deceit in this combination, this is the best way to get it. Heals that energy. So she's finally healed in her heart space, okay, from that energy, just like he's healed his indecision. So now what further down in her heart space? Page of Wands. This is a card of communication. So I'm like, uh-oh, what is it? I hope she don't communicate, but if she does, it's fine. What's the Page of Wands about? King of Swords. So there is some communication. Remember, she has this message and the King of Swords here. And so I was kind of wondering, is this like this message that she sent last week or whatever? So I said, all right, what else about the Page of Wands, King of Swords, Knight of Cups? This is about movement forward in love. What about it? Prince of Pentacles, slow movement in love, slow movement forward, movement into Eight of Wands, communication again. So he's got a lot of communication in his headspace, and then in the communication here is in her heart space. So I'm really getting is that there's some healing to this deceit energy that she's been suffering from. There's some communication perhaps from her King of Swords about movement, slow movement into love. And then here we have Eight of Wands, which is like it gets fast real quick. I said, what's the Eight of Wands about? Four of Wands. I was like, huh. Then I said, okay, what's after the Eight of Wands? Queen of Cups. She shows up. I said, what about her in the Queen of Cups? The Sun. So I feel like she's getting really happy in her heart space. Okay? I feel like there's something that gets illuminated in the connection when he comes forward. He gives her the key to all the information, communicates as the King of Swords. Now they're moving forward. They're communicating perhaps. And she's in her heart space. Successful, happy, illuminated. The Sun is the most positive card in the deck. And she's in her heart as the Queen of Cups. And in her head, her masculine is the King of Cups. But he's communicating as the King of Swords. I don't know, guys. You're going to have to let me know. So now in the environment for our masculine, third eye chakra, angel of balance. So this is an energy of him. He's like, I know. This is like the high priestess energy. I know. Third eye energy in this deck is all about, like, he just knows it. He knows that this is a connection. He sees it. Okay, he sees it. He sees his intuition, his higher consciousness is now in his environment with this angel of balance. And this angel of balance, when this card comes out, this is all about, balancing emotions, balancing life, balancing yourself, balancing your choices, being centered, making honorable choices. This is what's happening in his environment. So let's drill down deeper into his environment. So he's like, I know from my higher conscience that he's rested. He's speaking his truth. He's done with his indecision. And now he's like, I see it. My higher consciousness. This is like the 3D blending with the 5D. That's what's getting balanced out here. And now it's starting to stress him out. He's like, I feel the soul connection. This is probably the fire that is lighting under him to get him really aligned to make the move to provide balance in this connection. There's stress in his environment. I said, what's the stress? Stress. Nine of Swords clarified by Nine of Swords. Let me tell you something, guys. The people in the feminine energy, if you are feeling, and listen, I'm not a doctor, so if you're having any of these things that I'm talking about, go to the doctor, okay? But if you start to have anxiety, or if your heart starts racing out of nowhere, Nine of Swords by Nine of Swords. It could be very much be that you are picking up on your masculine's energy, okay? Again, if you are having those symptoms, go to the doctor and, get it checked out. And if everything's okay, then I'm suspecting this is what maybe you may be picking up on. So I said, what's the stress on stress? Magician. Remember, the Magician just came up in his heart space. That was clarified by the Seven of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. His stress is, man, how am I going to move forward to my feminine with my cup of love? Because I want union. I want to build with her. I want a family with her. His biggest stress is, how am I going to manifest this now? And then Knight of Cups, again, it's in his energy. His stress is, how am I going to come forward? That he's trying to have a breakthrough. It's clarified by the Ace of Swords. Remember, the Ace of Swords is here. What's the Ace of Swords clarified by? Ten of Cups. He knows he wants his feminine. So he's healing. He's really trying to balance things out with the Temperance card. He's healing. He's healing what? His sadness. He really needs to heal his sadness. And so just to get through this final healing, he goes into hermit mode, okay? Which is, he really is taking a deep look at himself. I said about what? Six of Pentacles. He really wants to give equally this time. No imbalance. So what's happening in the environment of our feminine? Look at this. Victory and success, happy family. I don't know what's shifting this week. Gosh, I just wish I kind of wish I wasn't like taking time off so I can like stay on top of this. But I'm telling you, the energy, something's going down. Victory and success, happy family. This is like the Four of Wands, Ten of Cups, Two of Cups combined. In her environment, she's like, I think she feels like she's going to have this. Okay, I really do. I don't even know what to say about it. I am a little stunned. But let's get further into her environment. Okay, first card out for her in her environment. What's happening in her environment as related to her masculine? Ace of Cups. Remember, she got Ace of Cups here, which is like, I'm conflicted. Do I want to build? So in her environment, she still wants this love with her masculine. So what about it? Queen of Wands. When Queen of Wands shows up, Queen of Wands is, hey, 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 feminine. Don't get too caught up with or without your queen. So what about it? Justice. So she's trying to balance out this energy here in her environment. Walk away, stay. Walk away, stay. Walk away, stay. Right? That's what she's balancing out in her environment. Furthermore, Ace of Wands. And here we go again. This love or this new beginning, right? So what is this Ace of Wands about? Seven of Cups, her confusion. What's the confusion? She's stuck in it. Eight of Swords. So again, this headspace is trickling down into her environment. Manifest this big love, right? Or transition away. Transition away. She's already transitioned away, I got to tell you. But I feel like there's a little bit of, slipping that we're doing here, which, is not a bad thing. It's like once you make a decision, sometimes you do go back and you're doing a little review. I get it. And you're doing a review. Why? Nine of Wands. Because just like him, you're not necessarily giving up completely, but you have a lot of wounds. I said, what's the Nine of Wands? Seven of Swords, right? There's been a lot of deception. This is what's happening in her environment when she is, what she's dealing with is she's wounded from this deception. What about it? The Emperor, right? What about the Emperor? Page of Wands, like how he was communicating that he was withholding. He was withholding information. He wasn't necessarily telling her. But now in his heart, in her heart space, she sees things coming forward as the King of Swords. This deceitful energy in her heart space has been healed or is being healed. And that's why the Queen of Cups is clarified by the Sun. So here in this she's wrapping up this final wound too. And then here we go, Three of Wands. Manifestation. Oh, so what does she want to manifest? Six of Cups, union. He's got the Six of Cups here too. I don't know. I feel like there could be some energy of reconciliation here. I mean, or definitely communication. I'll be surprised if there isn't communication. But let me know, guys, okay? Let me know in the comments. So let's go ahead and go to what's happening in the connection. First card out, Ace of Swords, breakthroughs. Breakthroughs. Who got the Ace of Swords? He did. In his environment and in his heart space. I said, okay, what's the breakthrough? Queen of Cups. Okay, what about the Queen of Cups? Remember, she's the Queen of Cups. Sun. So not only is he breaking through, her coming into her Queen of Cups energy has created a breakthrough in this connection. All right? And then what do we have? Then we have, did I do this wrong? Oh, no, yeah, I did it right. Okay, then we have this Five of Cups energy, okay? Oh, real quick, I did pull another card. I said, what's this about? What is this breakthrough and this illumination, this success over the Five of Swords, over this defeat? So there's going to be peace after this battle. There's going to be success and happiness, and that's her breakthrough. I really feel like they come forward. Somebody speaks to somebody, and all of a sudden everything's illuminated and things are starting to get on track. All right, so this Five of Cups is what about this sadness? Knight of Wands. They're moving out of it quickly. Then we have Justice. This is justice here. It came up in her environment, but this is about apologies. This is about balancing of the scales. So what about justice? Over this conflict. Five of Wands. There's going to be a balance between what I want and what I don't want, right? She has this breakthrough. They're moving out of sadness because remember, he's healing his sadness. So what's happening in the connection, how she's affecting the connection is her breakthrough, her positivity, her getting into her heart space creates a breakthrough in the connection. This Five of Cups energy, sadness, he's healing it. They're coming out. He's coming out of it. Justice over the conflict where she was conflicted on whether or not to walk away or stay. That here becomes balanced. This stuck energy, Eight of Swords, where they were stuck, she got the Eight of Swords here. They're learning their lessons through this stuck energy, and that's probably the biggest burden at this time, is getting him out of his stress and getting her out of her lack of clarity. And then the Seven of Swords, this deceit that we have in her environment with the Emperor, this deceit, this withholding, justice again. Things get balanced within the two of them. And then here, that High Priestess card, which is what he got in his environment. There's that inner knowing. There's that intuition. What about it? To come forward with an offer quickly. Chariot, Page of Cups, Chariot. I don't know, man. I just got chills. I really feel like something is going down this next week. So I said, all right, just give me like a few cards about what's going to happen on the 30th, okay, or by the 30th, future energies. Two of Wands, there's this decision making about this new beginning for the two of them. Our masculine's in his heart space, ready to manifest this movement forward. Invest in the connection now and take action. So there's action coming. King of Wands, Queen of Wands. King of Cups, Queen of Cups. I'm telling you, something's going down. Let me know. Bottom of the deck for our connective energy here for the current connection. Two of Swords, Eight of Swords. They're a little bit stuck in their, mental conflict. That's her, right? They're a little stuck in that energy today about being within. The bottom of the deck for this kind of futurish energy is Page of Swords. There's some observation going. But I feel like there might be some communication, some brutal honesty that comes forward. So please, guys, keep me posted. For those of you celebrating Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. And have a wonderful, wonderful week. And I will be back soon. Enjoy the reading. And if you guys want to book your own personal reading with me, go to queenoflight1111.com. Bye, everybody.